So I certainly was not the first person on the A Heist Gone Wrong server, or the second, or the third, or so on. I don't even know what number person I am, but I do know that I didn't join the Heist server for a good while. But when I did join, I spammed that server to death, wanting to get in the game. Okay, maybe not to death, but I did send messages often asking for a game. It was a while before I actually played due to other people never being available, which actually still happens today. But that's besides the point. I did eventually play. I don't remember exactly with who, but in the long run, that doesn't really matter. Back then, I couldn't have possibly imagined everything I now have experienced because of the Heist server. I couldn't have imagined all these memories I would make. The next milestone was when people started writing Heist stories. These stories were sometimes centered around a character, and sometimes centered around the robbery itself, but they all related to the game in some way. Many people posted stories that they wrote on the Heist server under the then recently made #fanmade channel. This opened up connections between people, including me. I mean, I am typing the sentence right now, but you're hearing some other person say the sentence while the visual person is probably cursing my name for creating this dialogue. I suppose that's a new memory for them, whoever they may be. Anyway, back to the point. Writing stories about the game led to the sharing of ideas, the creation of the wiki, and so on. The game itself led to many fun memories. Because of this community, we constantly have to tell Asmelin to fix his game, even if there isn't anything wrong with it. People use the word salty a lot, especially when talking about Shademus, and then he gets mad and we all laugh at him because we are very supportive, kind, and trustworthy friends of his. There's also the moments when someone who hasn't played this before is playing, and everyone is trying to sway them to their side because they know that the person has little experience and can win or lose the game for their team. This game, no matter which setup of it is being played, gives us all a reason to be together and bond. It's a well-created game which leads to deception skills and rage that lead to overall fun times. But there's more to this community than just the game. I've bonded with people on the Heist server with games that aren't even Heist. I used to play Town of Salem, with an emphasis on used to, with people I met through the Heist server. The reason I stopped playing is also due to Heist, and the main reason why it exists in the first place. There's also Salty Shademus the game, which is really fun to play. There's also Epic Mafia, Spyfall, Secret Hitler, BTD5, and other games as well. I wouldn't have known about most of these games if it wasn't for A Heist Gone Wrong, and I wouldn't have been able to play these games with friends if I hadn't joined the Heist server. Although games are fun and all, what really makes the memories from Heist server worthwhile are the people in it. Everything that has happened in this server would be impossible without Lasmalin, the creator of the game. He's the owner of the server and a Russian guy who is obsessed with bugs. He also has a habit of kicking people he knows off the server, but don't worry because he usually sends that person a link to rejoin, and then he kicks them again. Then we have Dinofloss, who mostly speaks in dots and is pretty private about his life. You know, not much is known about him, but he cares about others and himself following the rules of the server, which makes him a great person. We have assistant moderator Alex0119, who's hosting this contest and is a chill dude. He's good at what he does and is an overall amazing human being. By the way, I'm not saying nice things about Alex just because I want points for the competition. Just putting that out there. And there's Shademus, a YouTuber that calls himself White Trash and doesn't have a consistent upload schedule. Another YouTuber is Retired Orphan. He tries to keep his channel child-friendly, and Lasmalin likes to pick on him a lot. If I explain everyone on this server, my voice and visual people working on this will probably want to kill me for making the script last forever. So I'll just state some names of the other people on the Heist server that have a big influence on me. Or at least some big noticeable names. There's Username Pending, Tim Enternode, Handapora, Bear, Kitty Strider, Dylan Stone, Urban Infinity. And finally, there's Tormental. The guy who doesn't really do anything, he's just kind of there. Because this is the 21st century, no memories are complete without memes. Okay, now I sound like white trash, but that's besides the point. We of course have our one and only Salty Shademus, which the meme Lasman brings up so much that there is a game about it. Also, there's the famous Fix Your Game Las meme that ends up being a video on Shademus99's channel. Dinofloss started the ellipses trend, although people who don't care about fancy English terms call it the ... trend, I suppose. A more recent meme is the gay brick, which nowadays you can't find Retired Orphan without. That one is usually followed by a picture of Tom from Tom and Jerry going all like, "What you say?" Also present in the Heist server are those random conversations you see every once in a while. It could be someone complaining about life or talking about a game, but they pop up at the most random of times and are fun to read through if you understand the topic. It can be about things going on, plans for the future, frustrations, life, anything really. Those tiny conversations give us all a chance to get to know each other and bond over the simplistic of things. One of the greatest things about this server is we pretty much have a welcoming committee whenever someone joins. Most people are surprised at the welcoming people and feel welcomed, and then occasionally you get to meet people like Rogue, a recent addition and a recently banned person on this high server, who are absolute trolls that end up leaving for good. No matter who the person is that joins, we all do our best to welcome them so they can eventually have memories of their own on this server. I've made 2 really good friends on this server, and a third I really don't talk to all that often. If I say their names, my voice person and visual person will have clues as to who I am, so I remain anonymous now, I hope. I'll forever have the memory of trying to be unique while trying to hide who I am while writing the script. All these videos are reminiscing on past experiences, so it's easy to forget that making this video is also an experience to remember. And with the making of this video, we are now in the present day with hopes of a bright future. In this server, so many more memories are ready to be made. Like what I mentioned before with my visual person. There's more contests to be had, more games to be played, more times where Shademus is a bank robber, and so on. All we can do now is look to the future and see what it holds. There's many things bound to happen with new people, new opportunity, and new experiences. We just have to be ready to embrace them.